SpongeBob.
SpongeBob. A punge.
A ponge out of water.
Hi everyone, I'm Kittyraptor, and this is, you want to go raccoon? Or
Yeah.
Sure. This is Raccoon, my boyfriend, and we've compiled a list of movies for you to see with your Valentine this Valentine's Day because, fun fact, I asked this guy out on Friday the 13th, and we had our first date on Valentine's Day, and we went to go see Project Almanac, which we'll get into in a bit. But if you're seeing with a movie with your Valentine, if you're seeing a movie with your Valentine this year, we have just a movie for you. We're gonna go through the good and the bad. So if you want to watch a movie or if you want to watch a good movie, we have the movie just for you. All right. What do you remember from Project Almanac?
It's 2015. I remember that a lot of people liked that movie for some reason, but I remember very not liking it at all. It was a found footage style, time travel kind of thing. All I really remember from it was a good bit of awkwardness from the characters, which is like fine, but it was like, it felt like less sci-fi and more romance drama kind of thing.
Definitely focused more on the romance.
And I don't know, I didn't like it. It was one of those movies that like just didn't feel entertaining because I didn't like the characters. That's like, I don't know. Could have been a good movie.
I don't remember
just
a single thing from that movie, so I give it a 1 out of 10.
I remember there's a lot of plot holes too that were kind of obvious. And 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10. Bottom line.
I'd give it like a 4.
You give a 4?
It's like
Okay.
I'm sure there's something about it that was better than I remember, but personally, like,
I just remember I didn't like it.
it was between that and SpongeBob, and for whatever reason we picked Project Almanac.
At least it was a memorable date because we're still here.
10 years later.
And so the following year, we thought it would be a cool idea if we watched a movie every Valentine's Day together. So in 2016, we went and we saw The Fifth Wave, which I read the book series, so I thought, oh, it's gonna be so cool. This is going to be a great movie. You're gonna love it. It was not. I didn't enjoy it. It strayed far from the source material, and I don't know. It fell short. It wasn't. I mean, it was a good movie. Like, it was a good sci-fi movie. Like, if you are into like alien invasions and like weird psychological horror kind of stuff, but it didn't go far enough into the source material. Oh, spoilers.
Yeah, spoiler alert. I was just saying, how much are we talking about these movies if people actually want to see them?
Well, I think going into this, I'm sure I'll just put it like a meow, 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 spoiler warning as I'm talking about it. Yeah. Wee, wee, wee.
I just remember the twist being like the people they were training were like actually the aliens.
I'm remembering now. It spent way too much time at the military base.
Mm-hmm.
Like, way too much time. The book did not spend that much time at the military base. Like, that was maybe like a couple chapters of the book, if I'm remembering correctly.
I just remember my young self being like, what? Whenever the twist happened. So like, I don't know, I enjoyed it, but I didn't read the book, so I didn't really.
Yeah, read the book. The book is better.
Book
how do we rate The Fifth Wave? I would rate it 5 out of 10 for The Fifth Wave out of 10.
5 waves out of 10.
5 waves out of 10 waves.
I don't know, I remember kind of enjoying it. It's like 6.5, I guess. 7, 6.5.
All right, counsel has spoken. All right, so in 2017, we watched Rock Dog at home.
Yes.
Because we didn't want to go out for some reason. I think the Rock Dog was released the previous year?
It was.
Okay.
It was 2016.
Right. And there was nothing out that year that we wanted to see, so we watched Rock Dog at home. I liked that movie. I thought it was cute. I thought it was a way older movie. I thought it was animated in like 2006 with the animation style and the quality. But wasn't it produced by like a Chinese studio?
Pretty sure, yeah.
distributed by Hoya Brothers. Hoya! In Lionsgate.
I don't think that's how you say that. Yeah, so it was. Oh my god.
I apologize.
I'm not gonna attempt. I obviously liked it because I'm a sucker for animated animal movies. So
Furry.
yeah. So I mean, if I were to actually be objective about it, like, you know, it's kind of a generic children's oriented, you know, music based
Yeah.
animated movie.
It's very cute. Very cute movie. Very simple, very cute.
Yeah, story's not anything neat.
Yeah,
But,
nothing mind blowing. It's not gonna blow your mind, or it's not gonna make you like think about it for 10 years.
Yeah, it's entertaining either way.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, the movie doesn't need to be much else, right? Other than
No.
entertainment.
It's cute and entertaining. It's a good feel good movie. I would give it a solid 8 out of 10.
7.
7. And then the following year, we're keeping a theme with dogs. We watched Isle of Dogs, which sounds like I Love Dogs, which was the intent of that name.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, Isle of Dogs. This is supposed to mean I love dogs.
That's cool.
In English, because the movie was about spoilers. Was about dog abuse. It's a very, very cute movie, and it was filmed like a Wes Anderson movie. You know Wes Anderson movies, right? And they've got like a very, very stylistic choice about them, like the way the camera angles
shots,
are,
yeah,
the shots are, everything's framed like perfect. But I remember that movie like in vivid detail. I don't remember the plot too much.
It says it's directed by Wes Anderson.
Oh, it was directed by Wes Anderson. So hey, the style comes through. I really enjoyed that movie. Fantastic message, I think. Going to go see it on Valentine's Day it wasn't like the best date movie, but it was the best. Well, actually, maybe so. Maybe so, because if your date doesn't like that movie and they didn't like the message it was sending off, then maybe, just maybe, they're a pile of shit. Did you like the movie?
I loved it, yes.
Like, now I have to say.
I have to like it.
But you did. I remember talking about it a lot after we watched it.
Yeah, I love all kinds of animation. Stop motion is always really cool. And yeah, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10.
Oh, yeah. I'll give it 10 out of 10. Very, very solid movie. It's peak cinema. Peak cinema. All right. And then we went from having like an artsy-fartsy date in 2018. Well, actually, I would argue that the Lego Movie 2 is kind of artsy-fartsy in a way.
Yeah.
But the following year, we watched the Lego Movie 2, the second part.
Yes.
On our date. And that was fun.
Mm.
That was a fun, feel-good movie. I remember singing like the songs from it.
The songs, are stuck in our heads for years to come. They still pop in my head here and there. I like the silly, like, Mad Max kind of reference in the beginning.
It was very fun. And
the music was great. Fun characters. Yeah, it was good.
I always like the credit roll of the Lego movie credits.
The credit songs are good.
The credit songs are so good. The whole movie is great. Lego Movie 2, very fun, cute movie. I would give it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
9 out of 10. Solid 9 out of 10. Just a fun, feel-good movie. Yeah, 9 out of 10?
Yes.
Okay. All right, moving on. All right, 2020. The big 2-0.
What a year.
What a year.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog before the world went into chaos. And holy moly, imagine if we lived in a reality where they did not change his design. Wow. Wow. Wowers hours. Wowie zowie.
Oh yeah, it came out on Valentine's Day.
On Valentine's Day. We were like, wow, we gotta see it because it's releasing on Valentine's Day, and they spent so much work redoing the animation for Sonic, making him actually look like Sonic, and thank goodness they did that.
Yeah, I can't even imagine how. Oh man.
Imagine having Ugly Sonic and the pandemic in the same year. Oh my god.
A lot more people would have died if he would stayed this way.
My god.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, you don't know what that means. My eyes would have bled out of my skull if I had to see a whole movie with Ugly Sonic. What is it called when characters are imported into a different world? Isekai.
Cool.
Isekai.
I guess it literally means another world.
Yeah. But I hate when they do that just so they don't have to spend the money on the environments. But the Sonic games take place in the human world, don't they?
Yeah, a lot of them do. So, I mean, a lot of them do take place on Earth in modern day. So it's not that weird. But it did just feel, the first movie in particular did feel like, you know, it was done that way to appeal to more people. People who don't really know Sonic very well.
Yeah. I would rate the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'd
say 7, yeah.
It's a good movie. Not the best, but
as far as like adaptations go, they didn't ruin anything.
Yeah.
Or, like, they're not doing a bad job. I think it's great.
The comedy is kind of okay.
It's your typical like modern family friendly kind of, you know, quippy humor, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, they had to make him floss, right? So that deducts
that was
a number,
on my mind.
That deducts the number. He flosses twice.
Yes. He flosses twice.
Not okay.
Or was it 3 times? I think 1 time in the beginning, 1 time in the middle, and then at the end, the dance sequence.
He might have done it 3 times, actually.
Yeah, I think that's why I give it a 7 out of 10, because you get a point lost every time.
Every time you floss.
Every time you floss, it's a point deduction, automatic. All right.
Glad we can agree on that.
7 out of 10. 7 out of 10?
7, yeah.
Okay. All right. 2021. Kind of like end of the pandemic, or middle of the pandemic, I think about it.
It was the middle.
Yeah.
For sure.
We stayed home and watched a movie at home, and we watched The Mitchells versus the Machines on Netflix.
Yes.
That movie was really, really good. Animation was superb. I think the one thing I remember most about that movie was the animation was top tier quality, and the story had a good story too. I think.
But I don't really know what to say about it other than it's just a good, very fun to watch. Yeah, the animation is amazing. There's a lot of really funny moments, especially with the 2 robots.
Yeah.
that get like reprogrammed. They're not trying to capture everyone. They're really funny.
I think the dad's pretty funny too in the movie.
Yeah, the dad-daughter dynamic thing, I feel like relatable to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And
it actually gets resolved.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Actually, there's a lot of, now that I'm thinking about it, the whole family has a whole thing going on. The villain is like the phone, you know, but the
villain is your phone.
Yeah, but the guy who like made the phone, he was annoying. He's just dumb. You know,
he's a tech
bro.
All,
tech bro CEO
we all
kind of guy.
Know CEO tech bros, they're all annoying, right? All of them.
Yeah.
All of them. Every last one of them.
Yeah, it's great.
I would give it an 8 out of 10. Very funny. Very comedy driven. Very adventure action driven. And the animation was very, very tasty.
Yes.
8 out of 10 for you too? Okay. All right. Next one is 2022. We went and we saw Spider-Man No Way Home.
I barely remember seeing this one for some reason.
I only remember the end fight sequence of this one. I don't remember anything else about this movie, and I think this movie was 2.5 hours long.
I think I only remember the scenes where the Spider-Men are gently talking to each other.
Yeah, that was the whole
like
gimmick of the movie, right?
That's the only reason I remember it, is I just remember the different Spider Boys chatting it up. That's all I really remember from it.
Yeah.
And I remember it because, like, I remember getting this feeling like if I was a Spider-Man fan, this would be a lot more, like, weird or interesting.
Yeah.
And to me, it was like, okay, they're, like...
bit more fan servicey.
Yeah, it was fan servicey.
Die-hard Spider-Man addict. Not addict. Yeah. What do you
Spider-Man addict.
Spider-Man addict. Enthusiast. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Enthusiast. Enthusiast addict. There's a fine line. It really ties in like the Spider-Verse stuff with the live action stuff.
There's the other things like the Spider-Verse thing is a thing.
Yeah.
So the idea of there being different spider guys.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not saying
Spider guy.
Spider-Man.
There's Spider-Men.
I don't know what. I don't know why I'm using different words for each time.
The Spider guys.
The Spider Boys.
The Spider Boys.
The Spodermans.
The Spodermans. I like that one. I like the villain dynamic a lot.
Yeah, because you
lot
had
more. That was really interesting.
I forget Doc Ock's
Doc
normal
Ock.
name. But yeah, his like role in all of it. And
Yeah.
how
Yeah,
it was
the
a good time.
villains get to talk to each other too, not just the spider guys, but the spider villains. So I would give it an 8 out of 10.
It's
Yeah.
comfortable 8. Yeah, just
It's a Marvel movie. What do you expect? Peak cinema? No. It's a good movie though. All right. Next year we watched Puss in Boots: The Last Wish for Valentine's Day. That movie made me cry. I had a tearjerker moment with that movie because it deals with anxiety and then like death approaching. Unis, honest. Feel like even though it was set in the Shrek universe, that's so weird to say. Shrek universe.
Shrek is in that universe.
There is a Shrek universe. A Shrek cinematic universe exists now.
Yeah.
But even though it takes place in the same universe as Shrek, it takes its own stylistic direction and tells its own story. And I think that was a very, very good decision because Puss in Boots: The Last Wish deals with a lot of heavy topics. And it was also like a funny movie. The villain
God.
cracked us up. He was the best character.
It was definitely yeah, it was hilarious.
He was the best thing about that movie.
Yeah, like you were saying, even though it's in the Shrek expanded cinematic world,
God.
it had its own style and feeling to it that was just as effective as like the Shrek, style.
Yeah.
It's as its own thing.
We all know Shrek movies like to touch on heavy topics, like
Like just wanting to live in peace.
yeah, like getting evicted from your home by the government.
Yeah. Yes.
But yeah, Puss in Boots: Last Wish, I'd give it 10 out of 10. A solid movie. And then we go from Puss in Boots: The Last Wish to Out of Darkness last year. That was the last movie that we saw for our anniversary, or date-iversary, not true anniversary. Out of Darkness. So we have a lot of animation on this list, not a whole lot of live action stuff. It's a lot of comedy and a lot of witty humor, kind of actiony stuff. This one is a horror movie.
Horror thriller
movie. And it's indie, right? Is it an indie movie? I'm pretty sure it's an indie film.
I think it was released for
Film
a film
festival.
festival, and then it had a proper theatrical release.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, film festival, and then adventure horror thriller.
Yeah, it was a very wonderful movie. I loved it. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. The music was probably the best thing about it, besides the cinematography and the way it's all written. It keeps you on edge the whole time. So if you're into the horror genre, if you're into thrillers and you want to watch something spine tingly, definitely watch Out of Darkness. It's a wonderful movie.
Yeah, it's entirely spoken in an artificial language, which is really
Tola.
cool.
I remember watching a docu about it. It's based off of Arabic and Basque.
Right.
Basque. But yeah, it's not English. It's in a totally made-up language. What I remember about it, I'm not going to spoil the end because, oh my gosh, I'd be robbing you of an experience. The whole movie is about not Neanderthals, but like ancient peoples before, civilization really started. It was kind of like a set piece of what it must have been like back then, and the struggles of these people trying to find a home. Because it followed like a family that had crossed the ocean or crossed some large body of water, and they were trying to find refuge or start a new home. And then events transpire, and then you get to the end, and then you realize the point of life is the friends you made along the way.
What I think the best part about the movie is definitely the cinematography and the suspense. Like, it's one of the most suspenseful movies I've watched ever. Because
very suspenseful. I think I was like biting my nails watching that movie.
As someone who's like spent a lot of time around a campfire in the middle of nowhere, there's this very strange primal like paranoia that you get, and even though you're not really in any danger, just all you can see is campfire and complete silence and darkness, and being in that little pocket is a very strange feeling if you've never camped or done that. The way that they captured that,
watch it in surround sound if you can.
Yeah, the way they captured that visually and orally is nuts. That was my favorite thing about it, was being in the dark around fire, because that's kind of the whole that's where most of it honestly takes place in a weird way.
Around a campfire in darkness.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Yeah, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. Very, very good movie.
Any
movie I remember and it sticks with me is an automatic 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Unless it was a bad movie, then 1 out of 10.
And that credits theme though.
Huh?
The credits theme.
Oh yeah.
It's really haunting and weird.
Yeah, it's spooky.
It's a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Cool. And then to close it off, we mentioned earlier that in 2015 we were stuck between watching Project Almanac and SpongeBob, a sponge out of water, and we chose Project Almanac. And this year, since it's our 10-year date-iversary, we're finding out
we should have watched SpongeBob instead. So we're watching SpongeBob.
What we missed
that
year. So we're gonna watch that movie, SpongeBob, a sponge out of water. So we'll see how that goes. If you guys have any movies that you've seen on Valentine's Day, or just any movies in general that would be good to watch on a date, or you think your date would like watching, leave a comment down below on movie recommendations, so people know if they want to go on a date what to watch. That way they can score the big one.
Yes.
Which is 2 thumbs up. My nose. I said my butt earlier.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to say it.
Yeah, I said my nose this time.
You did.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. I know it's different from my gameplay stuff and whatever, but I thought it would just be a cute, fun little video. And special guest star, Raccoon. He makes music. He does a lot of cool stuff. Go check out his channel. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to go see the work that he's done. He helped me create my... Don't worry, I got you. He helped me create my channel theme, which was actually a project during COVID. You created the beat.
It was a project that I laid out to show this one how to use FL Studio. And then she hopped on and made a bunch of melodies and picked a bunch of sounds that she liked.
Yeah.
And then I was kind of the producer of it.
It actually wasn't the channel theme to begin with. It was just a little project, but then it became the channel theme because I thought it was cute. All right. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Check out Raccoon and his channel. Link to it is in the description, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Happy Valentine's Day. Bye.